You drive up to a job, you pop open the back doors of your van, and the first thing that hits you right in the face is that sharp, stinging bite of raw chlorine gas. I cannot tell you how many contractors I talk to who think this is just part of the job, like it is a rite of passage or something. They fill a massive 500-litre tank with water, dump in a couple of tubs of 14 to 15% sodium hypochlorite, pour in some surfactant, and off they drive with 500 kilograms of liquid sloshing around in the back. But here is the thing that nobody tells you when you are starting out. Batch mixing like that is silently eating your profits and ruining your equipment. Let us break down what actually happens inside that tank while you are stuck in morning traffic. The second you drop sodium hypochlorite into tap water, it starts degrading. Heat, sunlight hitting the tank, even tiny organic impurities in the water itself break down the active chlorine. By the time you pull up to your second or third job of the day, that mix you carefully measured at 5% might effectively be down to 3 or 4%. So you are sitting there on site wondering why on earth the render is not cleaning up, when in reality your batch mix lost its muscle before you even pulled the trigger. And that is before we even mention payload. Hauling 500 kilograms of sloshing water everywhere adds massive fuel costs and puts constant strain on your vehicle's suspension, when all you actually needed to carry was a couple of neat 20-litre drums and a fresh water source. And then comes 4:30 p.m. You finish up the job, pack your hoses away, and you realise you have still got, say, 150 litres of pre-mixed chemical sitting in the bottom of your main tank. What do you do with it? Well, option 1 is you dump it and rinse it out, which is literally pouring money right down the drain. Option 2 is you leave it in the van overnight, but sodium hypochlorite off-gasses continuously. If you seal a batch mix inside a warm, dark van overnight, those harsh chemical fumes creep into every single corner. They corrode your pressure washer fittings, destroy your expensive electrical connections, and rust out thousands of pounds worth of hand tools. I remember walking into my own van years ago after leaving a mixed batch in the back on a hot July evening. The smell was so thick I was coughing before my boots even hit the floorboards, and every raw steel tool I owned had a layer of orange rust on it by morning. That was the day I realised batch mixing had to go. The fix to this whole mess is moving to continuous inline proportioning. Instead of mixing up giant batches beforehand, you draw your neat chemical and your surfactant straight into the fresh water stream, right as you spray. Take something like the soft-washing Clever Injector Dosatron D25 IL25 VVF BP. That unit uses water pressure alone to pull neat sodium hypochlorite and specialised surfactants like Cleverwash directly from your container into the flow. Whether you are running at 1.6 litres per minute or pushing all the way up to 33 litres per minute, the internal piston meters the dose automatically, so your application strength stays dead accurate from the first drop to the last. Think about what that gives you on a real job site. You start off cleaning delicate UPVC gutters and soffits, so you set your dial down to a gentle 1% recipe. 5 minutes later, you move around to the back of the house to treat a heavy growth of dark organic moss on a concrete tile roof. With a batch tank, you would have to drain the system or waste 45 minutes mixing up a whole new tank. With inline injection, you literally walk over to your injector, turn the dial up to 4%, and you are immediately applying the exact strength required for heavy roof moss without a single drop of wasted product or a minute of downtime. That kind of speed and flexibility completely changes your day on site. Now, having the right kit is only half the battle. If you do not understand surface compatibility, dwell time, and basic dilution chemistry, even the best Dosatron system will not save you from causing costly surface damage. That is precisely why we built the CPD certified Softwash training course over at softwashing.uk. It takes you right from the fundamentals of safe chemical handling and COSH compliance all the way through to advanced surface diagnosis, giving you the practical knowledge needed to become an approved Softwash applicator. Before I wrap up today, here is a quick practical tip you can use on site tomorrow morning. Never rely blindly on the numbers printed on an old injector dial. Always run a simple bucket test first. Fill a calibrated bucket using your hose setup for exactly 60 seconds to measure your real-world flow rate. Then measure how much neat chemical your suction hose actually drew out during that minute. It takes 2 minutes to check, but it guarantees your mix ratio is spot on before you apply a single drop to a customer's property. If you want to dig deeper into Softwash chemistry, equipment setups, or professional training, jump over to softwashing.uk and explore our knowledge hub. Safe washing out there, and I will catch you on the next one.